Finding a large, capable truck that has a lot of features and safety can be a challenge. If you want to see one of the ones that meets those needs, stay right with us. Welcome to Car Coach Reports. I'm Lauren Fix, and we are here to talk about a very capable, fully loaded, the only way it comes, body on frame, off-road vehicle that is good on-road, comes with tons of safety, and it really is extremely capable. This is the 2019 Toyota Land Cruiser, and it only comes one way. Body on chassis, DNA for off-road, and it comes fully loaded, including screens in the back seat. I'm really impressed with a lot of the features. Some I wish they had put the money into other things, but we'll talk about that on our drive. Come on, let's go. We always start off with seating comfort because no matter what vehicle you own, it's never going to get more comfortable the longer you own it. And this is also true with this vehicle. So we've got the fore and aft of the seat, the rake is adjustable, and if you go further back on your left side only, which is the driver's side, there is a front and back lumbar. There is nada on the passenger side. You've got forward and back and the rake of the seat, but there's absolutely no lumbar. And I'm really disappointed when you're looking at a vehicle that's $85,000. I mean, if you're putting 85 grand into a pickup truck, and I don't care what brand you choose, you're getting lumbar on the passenger seat and a lot more goodies. As far as visibility across the front, it's good. Huge windshield, low window sills, those sills here, which I think are really important to put your arm here. A lot of vehicles are not designed that way, so Toyota did a great job from that perspective. Using your rearview mirror, the one sort of limiting visibility is the headrests on the second row and the third row if they're up. I've got the third row seats folded down now, but when the second row is up alone, you've got those three headrests, which do limit some of your visibility, and it's something to keep in mind. And so when you see the Car Coach Report scores at the end, you'll see how we graded it for seating comfort and visibility, and these are really huge factors. Now we get to what's in front of us, which is important. You've got real gauges, which I prefer, especially if you're doing some off-roading. You don't want anything digital, especially as the vehicle gets older and gets some real use. The only thing that's digital on the screen in front of me is that little TFT, that little teeny screen that's between the gauges. And that's one of those things that you're probably always going to see digital, so you can adjust it for whatever information that you want. And that's really important. On the left side, you're going to have your headlights. It's going to have an automatic and all the switches you need. On the right side, you're going to have your front and rear wiper blades. To the steering wheel itself, you've got some adjustability on the left, which would include cruise control and all the layers, lane change departure, which is, I shut that off because I really hate a nanny telling me to get back in the lane. Sometimes you have to go around things that are in the road, such as potholes, which we have a lot of here in New York State. The steering wheel itself is really easy to use. You can customize it. Left side and the lower, you have the ability to tuck in the mirrors, which is good if you've got a tight fit somewhere, or maybe there's a reason you need to pull them in. You've also got your park assist, which I think you do need in a vehicle like that. On the right side, you have your forward collision warning. You've got your tailgate and a couple other controls, really easy to use. Into the center stack, you have a very large screen that has a lot of great easy push button things to do. You can get your music and your information, your navigation screen, just press the button, super simple. A little outdated when it comes to some of the navigation information. I mean, considering what you're getting in other vehicles at this dollar value. In addition, going to the audio system, it's a really good audio system. Is it top of the line? No, but hey, you know, this vehicle is a usable off-road vehicle, extremely capable with 8,100 pounds of towing capacity. That is a lot. Remember, it is a 5.7 liter V8 and it's got some real grunt. Gas pedal is a little touchy, by the way. You have to get used to it, as well as the brakes. Again, something you have to get used to. And when you own a vehicle like this, you get used to it pretty quickly. As far as ride comfort, super comfortable ride. I mean, really surprised for a body on frame. This is such a comfortable ride as a daily driver, but if you put it in the off-road modes, it really then turns into an off-road truck. So it really has something for everyone, which is probably why this vehicle has been so super popular for Toyota and why they're just offering it loaded, because people prefer it that way. You've got wireless charging, which is much appreciated. In addition, you've got heated steering wheel, heated and cooled seats for the front. There's only heated seats in the back, and we'll do a second row review so that you can see that as well. Going on to the left side, you've got your standard shifter, your Prindle as I call it, which I prefer to be a shifter. You also have an actual parking brake, a cable-operated parking brake, which I love. Thank you for not making it an e-brake. On the right side, you've got your adjustability for 4 high and 4 low. You've got some off-road modes, as well as all the adjustability for that, because this is truly an off-road vehicle that you could use for rock climbing if you wanted. It's not a full off-road vehicle, but people do modify them for that, and that's pretty impressive. You've got 2 cup holders here on the front, which are nice size. Going back to the center console, you've got a little bit of storage, but below you've got a cooler, which is nice if you want to put your lunch there and you're off-road, maybe a bottle of water or something you want to keep cold. So they've done a really nice job from that perspective as well. There's only a small sunroof here, not a full glass roof, which is a personal choice. I'm thinking this is more than fine for a vehicle of this size. You probably don't want a full glass roof. If you do, you probably shouldn't be looking at this vehicle to begin with. Something to note, this vehicle does seat 8 people, and it gets 13 miles a gallon in the city and 18 on the highway, which is to be expected for a vehicle with a large V8 engine. And I have to say, it really is a very capable vehicle. In the second row, there is plenty of room. There is a ton of goodies back here, and any kid would be thrilled to have this to go to school. First off, this is going to be the big attention. Take these lovely Land Cruiser covers off of each individual screen, and you have your own screen. I mean, what kid wouldn't want to be watching a movie or playing a game on this? I mean, I would have loved it as a kid. Who wouldn't? Now, this is one of the big things that comes standard with the Land Cruiser. Right below it, you not just have a little net, but you also come with the cute little Toyota headsets, and they're wireless, which is really good. So there's one on each side that came with this vehicle. Very impressive. Going over to the middle, you've got 2 vents, so no one's fighting. You've got 2 stage heated seats. That's excellent. You've got automatic climate control, 2 outlets, in addition to volume adjustments, phone connections, and I have to say, there's so much here. I'm really impressed with all of this coming standard. The one thing that I've noticed also is you can put down this center console, room to put things. Inside, you've got more room, including for charging a phone. One thing I find a little cheap, these cup holders. I mean, you could have put the cup holders here in the center console. That would have been better rather than putting them here at the top. Not necessarily my favorite. Access to the third row is a little difficult, and it's also tight. But overall, features that come with this car as standard, extremely impressive, especially compared to the competition. We're definitely going to be paying more. With the remote control, you can open the top half. This is great when you go to the grocery store and you need to put items right here. However, you need to go further down, maybe you're tailgating, you've got a nice little place to take a seat. Really well designed, covers the hinge area so nothing gets caught. Third row seats are folded down. When they do fold up, it's a little bit different than you might think. Simple, I did that with one hand. They are very tight in the third row. Great for little kids, not so good for someone my height, or even any adult for that matter. Put up the rear seats and suddenly you've got a lot more floor space. What I'm not fond of is these seats fold up on the sides. Could affect your side visibility. Of course, that's why you have a round view camera and mirrors, but it also limits the space that's right here in the center. There's also an AC outlet in the back, and to put down the rear seats is as easy as pulling a lever, push the seat down, pull the seat up. Really easy to operate. And again, this is something that's personal. If you like a split tailgate, personally I don't, but when I went to Costco and bought a bunch of stuff, it was great. I could easily put it in the back, put up the deck lid, and then, of course, press this button. There are a lot of pros with this vehicle. Love the DVD players, love the fact that it's a body on frame and it has true off-road DNA, which you don't see in a lot of full-size SUVs. The fact that this comes with all the features and there's no add-ons is a major plus. There are a few negatives. Number one, no lumbar on the passenger side. You know I'm going to complain about that every time that pops up. Third row seating is tight. The gas and the brake pedal can be very touchy. It's something you have to get used to. And additionally, depending upon what kind of vehicle you're currently driving, you may find this to be a very large vehicle. So we get to the Car Coach Reports ratings. And don't forget to check out all the competitors because we've driven literally every single competitor, whether it's a his turn, her turn, or a Car Coach Reports review. So, Car Coach Reports, number one, performance, 7. We gave it a 7. It's got great performance, big V8, 5.7 liter. Excellent if you're towing something. Again, the towing capacity is fabulous. We gave it a 7. Handling, we gave it a 6. It's a little bit cumbersome. It handles and rides really nicely, but overall it's a bit bulky, a bit beefy, shall we say. Safety-wise, we gave it a 7. It's a Toyota. Nice, great features. Visibility, a 7. Again, when these seats are up, it does limit some of the space. Seating comfort, I gave it a 5. Only two-way lumbar on the driver's side. No lumbar on the passenger side. I found it uncomfortable even on a short ride. I have to sit in both sides just to get a feel so that you can understand. Technology, we gave it a 6, a little bit outdated, but still really good information. Features, we gave it an 8. It's fully loaded. Yes, it could have offered more, so it earned an 8. Design, I gave it a 5. It's a bit outdated looking, although it's extremely capable if this is what you're looking for. Quality, again, it's a Toyota. It got an 8. Excellent quality. As far as value, it got a 6, earning it an overall Car Coach Reports rating of 65. So if you're looking at this vehicle, others, make sure to check out the other videos that we reviewed. All the social media and comments are down below. We appreciate your comments. And if you own a Land Cruiser, I'm sure you're a fan because there are huge Land Cruiser fans. I want to hear your feedback, your pluses, your minuses, what you love, what you hate about it, so we can share it with others. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.